Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. We're gonna start today off with a little bit of a Rooster Teethy note. You may already know that Rooster Teeth makes games. Ruby Grim Eclipse has been out on PC for a bit and just got its console released on PS4 and Xbox One this month, but now we're helping other people with their games too. Rooster Teeth is officially a video game publisher now, helping independent developers get their games out to bigger audiences. The first published title will be Battlesloths 2025, The Great Pizza Wars. I can't think of a better game to start it off with. It's a fast-paced, local multiplayer competitive twin-stick shooter. It's set for release on Steam in March, so you can keep an eye out for it then. So now I guess we're not only covering video games, we're making them and publishing them too. How's that for state-sponsored media? In the wake of yesterday's rumblings that Microsoft might not be quite targeting native 4K with Xbox Scorpio, we've got some developers coming out in defense of the upcoming console. Speaking on NeoGAF, Ori and the Blind Forest developer and CEO of Moon Studios, Thomas Mailer, shared his thoughts on the system, calling it a full-blown next-gen machine. Mailer also added that Scorpio will have the additional benefit of backwards compatibility. The developer didn't stop there, however, because he also offered his thoughts on the PS4 Pro, which he called a half-assed upgrade. It should be noted here that Mailer, to our knowledge, hasn't really developed for a PS4 game, as Ori and the Blind Forest is an Xbox and PC exclusive. Maybe due to his experience with it, or maybe for other reasons. Still, it remains to be seen just how next-gen Scorpio will actually be once Microsoft gives us our first full look at the console. The super popular Battlefield 1 is getting its first full expansion in March, and we finally got some actual details about what to expect. DICE and EA outlined the full details of the They Shall Not Pass DLC on the Battlefield website yesterday, which features new maps as well as the French army. The 4 new maps are Verdun Heights, Fort de Vaux, the vehicle-focused Soissons, and Rupture. Also included in the DLC is a new gameplay type called Frontlines, which is kind of a mixture of conquest and rush. There will also be a variety of new tanks introduced, new weapons, and a brand new melee-based elite class called the Trench Raider. If you want access to all this, you will need the $49.99 premium pass, of course, but who knows, they may opt to sell it individually once it comes out. If you've been looking forward to Bethesda and Arcane's new first-person sci-fi action game Prey, looks like you're not going to have to wait very long to play it. Bethesda announced Prey's worldwide release date, which is May 5th, this morning with a brand new trailer. In Prey, you step into the shoes of Morgan Yu, a researcher aboard the Talos 1 space station, which also just happens to be crawling with weird shadow aliens. The new trailer showcases a little more of the story, the environments of the space station, the weapons, and some of the huge enemy aliens you'll be fighting with them. It also details some of the pre-order bonuses, which include the Cosmonaut Shotgun Pack. So that's exciting. But of course, thanks to Bethesda's new review policy, you won't know if Prey's any good until you're already playing it. So just keep that in mind before you fork over your money. If you can't get any reviews and you're worried about if it's gonna be good, just wait a couple days. You can do it. Overwatch's Year of the Rooster event is fully underway. All this Year of the Rooster stuff just for Rooster Teeth makes us so happy. There's so much to do with it. Fans are already upset though about one of the game's recent changes, so that really didn't take very long. According to users on Blizzard's forums, Mei's new skin changes her figure by making her waist look slimmer. Now for some fans, this is a problem because they liked Mei's hip to waist exactly the way it was. Thank you very much. Blizzard was pretty quick on the response, however. They've since assured players that this is nothing more than a bug with the new skins, not a change to Mei's actual figure. Blizzard community manager Lylira clarified the issue for zealous Overwatch players, stating that the bug had already been fixed internally, but wouldn't hit public servers until the next patch was introduced. So I guess no harm, no foul. Weird bug, but they happen. Now Overwatch players can go back to being mad about other things like who's going to be shipped with who in the next event and whether or not they're happy about it. Remember when Gearbox's CEO, speaking of Overwatch and things, said they wouldn't be releasing Borderlands 3 for the Switch? Earlier this month, Randy Pitchford said the company was talking to Nintendo, but that stopped for some reason. They have other priorities. Well, now Pitchford has clarified those comments somewhat in a follow-up interview with Glixel. Pitchford told Glixel that he loves Nintendo, but he thinks the company's priority right now is to drive its own business. You think? Nintendo tends to be at their best when they're giving us their best experiences with their properties, he said. Down the road, if Switch takes off, there could be a scenario where us or Take-Two and 2K decide to take the effort to make it happen, he said. But I can't really think about that right now. And Nintendo, I think wisely, can't prioritize forcing that to happen. So basically he's saying that Nintendo is doing its own thing, and that's okay, because it's kind of what Nintendo's always done, and it's where they rock. But yeah, don't really look for Borderlands on your Switch anytime soon, unless Switch becomes a runaway success. It's really just echoes of EA at this point. We're now more than 3 months into the video game voice actor strike, which has now become the second longest Screen Actors Guild strike ever. Congrats, everyone. I guess it's a weird thing but good job, guys. The strike has now surpassed the union's 95-day strike in 1980. A big issue of this strike is residual payment bonuses and other profit-sharing opportunities for voice actors, according to the union. One example is that the union reportedly wants its performers to receive additional money for every 500,000 games sold, up to a certain ceiling. This strike has targeted big developers like EA and Activision, as well as Insomniac, according to GameSpot. We're not really going to take sides here. It does make sense for voice actors to get some of the benefits if they're the big names drawing people in, and so on and so forth. Also, one of the things the union's asking for is more safety for voice actors who are asked to scream repeatedly and potentially damage their vocal cords. So some of it makes sense. Then again, the video game companies are trying to protect their own interests, so we'll see how all that goes. But maybe, if we're gonna do anything, could we consider potentially recasting Haley Joel Osment in Kingdom Hearts? The dude's like 30, he's still trying to play a teenager. If you guys were there for 2.8, it's not really working, so maybe we just need a new young kid. And then they can age out before I get any Kingdom Hearts. It'll be fun. Looks like that new X-Men show might actually be happening. Fox has confirmed that it ordered a pilot of the TV series, which still hasn't been given a name. It apparently won't have roots in a particular character or story arc, but will follow two parents who are on the run with their mutant child. Then they join an underground group of mutants who fight back, the X-Men. The show's being written by Matt Nix, who made Burn Notice, a show that I absolutely love, and I felt like that never got enough credit. And one of its executive producers is Bryan Singer, who directed a bunch of the X-Men movies. Now, if they'll just bring back the old school intro music from the 90s X-Men cartoon, we'll take it. Rest in peace, 3D TV. You never quite came, but you've certainly gone. The last two TV makers who built 3D functionality into their sets, LG and Sony, won't make any new sets this year with the capabilities. You might remember 3D TV being all the rage in 2010 after the 3D movie Avatar, which led to a bunch of companies getting behind the tech, but like Fetch, it was just never really embraced. It wasn't embraced by the industry for home use, and shoppers didn't seem to care, an LG product director told CNET. These days, the industry is much more into 4K resolutions and smart TV capabilities, and 3D looks like it was just another gimmick that didn't make it. Also, the super expensive glasses did not help things. You had to look like a dork and pay a lot of money for it, and it was never as good as theaters. So, well, it makes a lot of sense, I guess. Although 3DS with the glasses free 3D, I always thought was really cool. Turn it up on a new game, you go, that's great, and then you immediately turn it off again, which probably says a lot. Anyway, that's all the news we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, and for more news from every corner of the internet, make sure you like this video and subscribe to The Know. And check out Battlesloths. We're biased, we know, right? It's Verdun. I think someone called it Verdun in a newsread once, and everyone was like, oh! Like that, just like that. The 4 new maps are Verdun Heights, Fort de Vaux, the vehicle-focused Soissons. Oh God. I do not speak French, so here we go.